What is going on, guys? Crush Me the Egg 121 here again, and today I wanted to bring you my first Crysis 3 beta impressions. So basically in this video I'm going to be giving you my impressions, hence the title, and my thoughts so far on the beta and what I can hopefully expect from the full game. So basically the first one I'm going to talk about is gameplay. All of these things are really to do with consoles, and if you play on PC, maybe the gameplay, the graphics might be better, so it may not always apply. But because I haven't played the PC, so I'm not gonna speak for the PC, because that would just be illogical and irresponsible. So gameplay on consoles, I find on the consoles rather. The gun, when you're having gunfights, like if there's more than two people, or if it's getting quite frantic and there's quite a lot of action going on in a certain area, it seems very laggy, quite laggy at some points, and especially sometimes in the game when you're running, it doesn't feel particularly smooth. It feels kind of jumpy, laggy, but of course that's always expected from a beta. Hopefully that'll be improved for the full game. So when you're having really intense gunfights, it's not going to be really laggy and just basically, because that's annoying when it's laggy. It just doesn't feel right. So, but the glitches, as I'm referring back to the Battlefield 3 beta, where they had numerous amount of glitches. There were so many where you fell through the map, where you were sinking in the map. The elongated neck, there was just so many of those type of things. But either I haven't found any glitches, or there seems to be none practically in the beta. No glitches where you fall through the map or get stuck in a corner, or you have a head 12 feet away from your body. So that seems particularly great to see in a beta. There's no glitches. Now, gunplay, this is another important topic in a first-person shooter. The gunplay generally is incredible. I would like to say it's very similar to Call of Duty. The map style, the guns, the range of combat is very similar, but it's unlike any other Call of Duty I've played. It does take a while to kill people. That's understandable because you do have armor and but basically armor, so that's why it doesn't kill them as quickly as you'd hope. But it does seem like when you shoot someone, it doesn't appear that you're shooting them from their point of view, and so they can just shoot you. So I'm not quite sure if that's a glitch or if that was just me, but I don't quite know what was up with that, because I'm pretty sure I could see hit markers when I was shooting at them, but it doesn't seem like it from their point of view, so I don't quite know. But overall, the gunplay in Crysis 3 is phenomenal. It's incredible. It's so much fun. Now, the gun range or gun selection, you have, I think, about 10. I'm going to estimate about 10 guns overall to choose from. These range from, I think you've got 2 LMGs. I don't know the names exactly. They've got kind of strange names. You've got, I think, 1 shotgun, 1 sniper, and the rest are mainly assault rifles. So there was one that hopefully I think is in this gameplay you're watching. It's called the Feline, or the Feline X3. It's similar to a P90. Very fast fire rate, incredible damage at close range, and quite good accuracy at close range. Besides that, but the guns so far are very good. They've got a very good selection. I just wish there were a few more. Hopefully there'll be more in the full game to choose from, more range, more selection, more more selection really. But I don't know if they're going to separate them out to separate classes like assault rifles, SMGs, snipers, shotguns, or if they're just going to keep them in one big list where you can flick through them. I mean, I don't mind, either one is fine with me. It just just food for thought, really. So now, grenades. This is one I wanted to touch on very quickly. Is grenades need to be able to be thrown a bit further, because it feels like 12-year-olds trying to throw a grenade or trying to throw a bowling ball, and it's not going very far. That's really all I can say, because grenades seem that you have to aim up really high to get them at any distance, and they don't really bounce either. So they need to be able to bounce across the ground a bit more and be able to be thrown a bit further. For the abilities like invisibility, armor, all those kind of added like perks, more or less is the best way to explain it. They're great selection. They're really fun to just customize your loadout with, just to mix around with. So I really like those, and I think they work really, really well. Now, moving on to the movement of your character in Crysis 3. As I said before, the running does feel a bit jumpy, laggy at some points in the map. That probably is just a little bit of a glitch. Excuse me. Vaulting. Now, vaulting could be where you jump over a fence, or where you're climbing. So vaulting and climbing, that it seems to work flawlessly. You've got it has no faults. There is just you don't get like stuck behind a barrier when you try and jump over it, as in Battlefield 3, if you remember, where you try to jump over a fence, and you'd sometimes get stuck behind it, so you wouldn't be able to jump over. It would just be constantly stuck behind. There's none of that. There's no faults when you're trying to climb up a building, where you do the power jump or super jump, if you want to call it that, where you go from the ground up to a building. It seems to work so well, and I just really like that. So jumping, vaulting, climbing, and running seems to be more or less flawless in the beta at the moment, so that's great to see. All they can do is just improve it for the full game, unless they mess it up and just... So I don't quite know how they could do that. So it's just going to get better, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they come up with in that sense, because it's going to be more or less the same to the beta, so it's not really going to be much to expect, but you know. Now, moving on to a slightly different topic is the maps. In the beta, you've only got two to choose from. They are called Museum and Airport. Now, these are fantastic maps to play on. Airport is especially fun because you've got a lot of buildings to climb on, a lot of vantage points, a lot of sniping points, tight corners, corridors, back streets, kind of like overgrown areas where you could kind of hide if you go invisible, hide in the foliage, and it's got everything you could want. It's got medium range, close range combat, so not much more you can ask for. The quality of the maps is again phenomenal. It's incredible to see, because the maps they just look so good, especially on consoles. I just can't really pick any faults with them. The impressions of the maps overall, I would like to see a few more in the beta, but that's probably just asking for too much. But for me, they work really well, and they were a really good selection for the beta. Now, moving swiftly on to the game modes you have in the beta. Now, there's again two game modes. Crash Site, that is what you're watching. What you're watching now. It's basically like King of the Hill, where you have one capture point where you have to try and capture it, and the enemy team has to try and capture it as well. So hence you have to defend it against the enemy, and they have to defend it if they capture it against you. Capturing the point equals points. The longer you hold it for, the more points you get, and eventually the drop pod, that is what you have to try and secure, will eventually become volatile and explode. So stood near it, you will be flung to Kingdom Come. Not probably the best option, but it's a fun game mode nonetheless, and a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing the other game modes they include in the full game. The next one is the long-awaited and very anticipated Hunter mode. This is basically Predator. If you have ever seen AVP, there's two people, but it's similar. But the game mode consists of two hunters that are practically invisible, and well, invisible to the human eye anyway, against 10 cell operatives on consoles and 14 cell operatives on PC. The two hunters have bows, predator bows, and the cells can choose between a assault rifle that has like 500 rounds, like a minigun. It's incredible. A shotgun and a sniper rifle. All weapons are very effective in this. It's just a matter of preference. The hunters have about 2 minutes to kill all the cell operatives, otherwise the cell win, and the cell have to try and survive for 2 minutes. That's a big ask as well, 2 minutes to try and survive against the hunters. A very fast-paced, very adrenaline-filled action game mode, and I really enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to playing it on all the other maps. That's going to be incredible. So that's pretty much all the topics I can come up with. The only last ones are overall console graphics. Now the graphics on console are obviously going to be far superior. No, not superior. Very less than, I'll just say less than the PC. The PC obviously going to have much better graphics, but the graphics on console are great. I couldn't have asked for anything more. I really enjoy the graphics. I haven't played the PC, of course, but I do obviously know that they're going to be better. That's just my impressions. That's all I can say. They're just great. The last topic is customization. Now, customization in Crysis 3, a first-person shooter, is very, very important in any first-person shooter, in fact. But you have you can customize your loadouts. You have, I think, 6, where you can choose whichever weapon you like, whatever sidearm, whatever grenade type RPG thing. So you can customize them fully. You can customize the attachments on the pistol, sidearm, slash sidearm. You have 3 attachments for sidearm and primary, excluding camos, where you obviously get to colorize your gun to your liking. We didn't really see that much camo side in the beta, but definitely will in the full game. So the customization is great. It is very, very good, especially when you can customize your 3 perks or abilities. I would also like to see some character customization where you can make your character as unique as you would like. Not taking it to the extent of, say, like hats, where you can put a cowboy hat on him, but you can customize. Say, I'd like to see the color of the outfit, the style, maybe. So there's lots of different skins, maybe, that make it a bit more armor. Makes it look like it's got more armor, but where in fact it's pretty much the same. Just makes it look bigger, smaller. Maybe change the height of your character. I don't know. I'd like to see some of that, but it's not confirmed, or I don't think it is anyway. And last of all, I'll just give you my overview on the beta. Freaking amazing. So that's all I can say. It's worth getting it as a free download if you haven't already. It is available on PC, PS3 and Xbox 360. So get it, try it out, play Hunter, because you won't be disappointed with it. Play Crash Site, because it's such a fun game mode. Just play the beta, it's incredible. I don't really want anyone to miss out on this, but I would definitely like to say that the full game of Crysis 3 is a game worth buying in 2013. As we know, there's a huge range of games coming out later, and I'd definitely say this is one to add to your collection. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, that would be greatly appreciated. If you want to leave a comment down below, that would be great. Got any questions that I might have missed out, post them down below. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel for all the upcoming content that's coming very, very soon. So until next time.